All right, let me switch over. I'm at Luka Dončić story time. Boom. 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 All right, Chad. We got a story today. It's been a minute since we had a story, huh? We got a story today because I've been, you know what? I've been manifesting. I have been manifesting because I believe when Luka initially signed to the Lakers, I had told you on the exact day that it happened that me and Luka, if we got in a room together, would be boys. I remember saying this. Do you guys remember this? This happened. I told you, bro, two quirked up white boys in our mid-20s who love a little bit of nicotine and a little bit of booze on the weekends, but we're athletes at our heart. We would be boys. It is a fact. It is a fact. And if you guys follow me on social media, I tweeted that exact thing out. At the Lakers game, think me and Luka could be boys low-key. An energy forming between us. And you know what? We met. Me and Luka met. Yeah, we chilled. We hung out. Talked about love, talked about life. What we envision as family men, as entrepreneurs, as athletes, like it's a heart to heart, I guess. I'm not gonna share a lot of the conversation. Stop, cut the music. Stop calling me 5'2". Luka Dončić is 6'5", maybe 6'6". This is like we're talking maybe 4 inches of difference. This is 4 inches right here. Okay? Look, my head goes to his like upper mouth, nose area even. Look at this. This is the top of my head right here. That goes right to his nose. That goes right to his, you can literally see it. Hold on, let me get my cursor on. You can see it, bro. You can see it right here. Top of my head goes to his nose. This is the top of my head right here. This is where my head ends. My brain is under this. This is his nose. Okay? You can see it. All right? I'm sorry. You think a 6'5" man from his nose to the top of his head is another foot? No. It's like 4 inches at best. He's slouching. A little bit, but like whatever. Not even that much. Shut up. Anyway, look. This is the story of how I met Luka Dončić. And how I also met him dressed like Shanks from One Piece. And the story really starts about 4 months ago when I start getting incessantly tagged on Twitter. I am getting tagged every 30 minutes. This happens to me a lot. Okay? I've expressed my likes, and you guys, with me as your Oshi, okay, know my likes and like to tell me when things that involve my likes, all right, come up. Now, one of the things that I've seen a lot recently is there was a Shohei Ohtani jersey that was a collab with a Japanese artist that had a lot of, this is it. It had a lot of these cherry blossoms. Takashi Murakami, he's the one who does the smiley face thing or whatever. So I got tagged in this 100 times. Because everyone's like, oh, Ludwig does the cherry blossoms with his merch. Ludwig loves Shohei Ohtani. Column A, column B. We're happy. That's a Ludwig thing. Something else I got tagged for a while back was the announcement of the Lakers One Piece night. I don't know why this happened or where this even came from, but the Lakers decided to collab with the show One Piece. And the way it would work is they would give custom merch out to people who go to the game, and they would have some, like, presumably custom stuff. They didn't even explain any of it. They just said it'd be One Piece night. The moment I find out about this, I bought 4 tickets. And I spent the most money I ever have on basketball tickets. Like, the per ticket cost, kind of crazy. I did this months ago. I spent, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it. It was a lot. I spent a lot. It's not an amount of money I'm proud to have spent. It was not 20K. No, it was not 20K. It was not. I decided to buy. I'll just say it. I decided to buy 4 tickets for about $12,000. That's a lot of money. Okay, that's equivalent to like 100 cups of coffee or something. I don't know. I'm in touch still. It's just the inflation and stuff. So it's a lot of money. I know that's a lot of money. Okay, and but I'm like, bro, this is One Piece. I fucking love One Piece. I like going to basketball games. I have a plan. I have a vision. The moment I found out about this game, I spent all this money on the tickets because they were front row tickets. Now, don't confuse the word front row with courtside. Courtside is a very different thing. Courtside is like what Spike Lee does when he goes to a Knicks game. Okay? Courtside is something that it's like mega celebrities who either have like season tickets or they're given out to them. They are literally, and it's hard to describe how close courtside seats are, but the best way to describe it, they're where the players who are waiting to play sit. Okay? That's a different level of close. I don't know if any sport offers that level of access outside of basketball. You are next to where LeBron James sits. You're next to him, right? And most of the courtside seats are on the opposite side where the players are not sitting, where there's not benches. My seats are the very first row behind courtside. And not just behind courtside, but I made sure my tickets were behind the Lakers bench because I had a plan. When I found out it was One Piece night, my only goal was to show up to this game in insane One Piece cosplay and get on the Jumbotron. That was it. That's the entire goal. If I can get on the Jumbotron, I have succeeded at my goal. All right? That's all I wanted. I don't know why. Sometimes I think something would be cool and I go for it. That was it. All right? Get on the damn Jumbotron. But before I could even consider who I was going to bring, I bought 4 tickets. I didn't want to wait on buying the tickets. So I just bought 4 tickets kind of randomly. This sounds horrible audio quality. Why is the audio quality the worst thing ever? Nah. Come on. Give me something. Hey, chill. Come on. My mix on this computer sucks. That's a bit of a bossa nova beat. So I bought 4 tickets. I didn't even know who I was going to bring. All right? I didn't even know who I was going to bring. And the first person I invited was actually kind of an accident. Like, it's not somebody who I specifically was thinking of when I initially bought the tickets. And it's not something who I even wanted. Okay, this is going to sound mean. This is going to sound way meaner than I mean it to. It's not somebody who I generally would have thought to ask to go to a game like this. Does that make sense? It's not that I'm mad that they went or that we hung out. I had a great time. I just like, if this One Piece night thing didn't exist and I bought 4 tickets, they're not on this list of like 4 people I bring or 3 people I bring or whatever. Does that make sense? Because I don't think they even like basketball that much. I'm talking about Pokemon. I'm talking about fucking Pokemon, okay? I'm talking about Pokemon. No shade to Pokemon. No shade. I'm not saying this to be mean. I like hanging out with Pokey, okay? Pokey's cool. But, you know, I like the Pokimane streams. What does she know about basketball? What does she know about ball? She can cook me in Valorant, in Marvel Rivals. If we're playing to 11 ones and twos, it's 11-0. She's probably traveling. I don't think she can dribble with her left hand. I don't think she watches the game. I'm not saying this to be mean. I think it's just a true fact. Can I not mention facts anymore? So anyway, I didn't think I was going to invite Pokemon about these tickets until I got invited to this offline TV shoot. You see, I've done this before, but offline TV does these white elephants where you're supposed to bring a present worth at least $1,000, and I had to think of what to get as a gift, because when I was invited to the shoot, it was last second. I was like initially invited. I was like, oh, I can't do it. And then I was like, oh, I actually can do it. I freed up. And then Broden's like, oh, actually, we don't need you anymore. And then like 2 days before the shoot was going to happen, he was like, oh, we actually had someone drop because they got sick. Will you do it? 2 days before. You might notice this offline TV video literally contains like 80% not offline TV people. Did you notice that? I don't know if you guys watch this video. Not offline TV. Not offline TV, not offline TV, not offline TV, not offline TV, not offline TV. Okay? For the offline TV white elephant. Because they were all sick. So anyway, I didn't have a lot of time to like get something or buy something. And I was telling Cutie, I was like, oh, I'll just pick something up for my house. And this is where it all started. Because I tell Cutie, I'm like, yeah, I have a bunch of like random, you know how I got so much random shit that's just worth like $1,000. I'll just bring one of those. And she's like, oh, like you did last time? She said it like that. I was like, what? She's like, oh, yeah, like you did last time. I'm like, yeah, well, last time because I did a white elephant video a few years ago, I did bring, I think it was like some Pokemon cards and like a Nami figurine. Let me see if I can find the exact clip, but that was my gift last year. I don't know where the exact moment is, but that's what I brought. Or not even last year, 3 years ago. 4 years ago or whatever. Now, I don't even remember this as being that bad, but she brought it up as if it was super embarrassing. She was like, yeah, you by far had the worst gift. And I was like, no, the Scar of Fishing thing. The Scar of Fishing thing was the worst gift. And she's like, that was the funny part of the video. Like, yeah, you don't actually want to do it, but like, this was your gift.
Evolutions,
which is a really busty, thick Nami statue and a graded Charizard card. And I took that to heart. So I was like, okay, maybe she's right. Maybe she's spitting. Maybe my gift was kind of cruddy. And how do I do it right? How do I get a good gift, but that's also authentic to who I am as a person, which is frankly kind of an asshole. So I thought, what if I bring a coupon to hang out with Ludwig? And coincidentally, at this time, I had also been given a trading card from Red Bull with my face on it. And a briefcase from like Mr. Beast or some shit. So I had this briefcase from Mr. Beast. I had this this trading card from Red Bull, and I wrote on the back of like some receipt, spend one day with Ludwig. I put it in the briefcase, and I said, you cannot open the briefcase until the end of the gift opening. That is my present. My present is a surprise. I thought this was a really good idea. And to be honest, it was, because everyone's like, oh my God, what's in it? What's in it? What's in it? So when it finally came time for Pokey to open it, I'll just play it. I'll play it in full.
Not necessarily, but it's supposed to go to top of the order. Pokey, you could just do nothing if you really like to.
Shut your ass up! Give me that box! Oh. Give me those keys!
All right, the keys, and that is
Thank
the
you.
third steal because she locks that now. Are you gonna open
I
it
must
now?
know. Because out of everything, this is the most, like, I feel like this is something money can't buy.
That's right.
Okay. I haven't told anyone this before. I, at this point, did not think I was going to invite the winner of this prize to go to the basketball game. I deadass was like, oh, it'll be funny. Like, they'll just hang out with me for a day. That's probably worth like $1,000. We can play some games or something. I didn't think it'd be like that big of a deal. I thought it'd be kind of like they open it and they're like, oh, haha, that's funny. But then I saw the other gifts, which was like, oh, a trip to Hawaii, a gold knife from Japan, like a chef's knife, an iPhone. I was like, oh no. And so when she's going on this tirade, like I'm sitting here like an asshole. I'm going like, yeah, that's right. In the back of my mind, I'm literally thinking right now, I'm like, oh fuck, oh shit, this gift is gonna suck. They're all gonna make fun of me. They're all gonna be like, really, Ludwig? You think an hour with you or a day with you is that fucking valuable that it can be your present? Like, really, you fucking insufferable cock? And I was like, oh god, how do I fix this? So while she's doing this, I'm thinking like, what do I have coming up? Because I bought these tickets this like a week before this shoot. I'm like, what do I have that I could possibly
Be something
offer?
money can buy, but
Money can't buy this, I promise. Do that.
Oh, this is gonna be the greatest thing at.
what the hell is this?
Oh, it broke apart in the box. Sorry, 1 second. Wait, don't look for a moment. Don't look for a moment. Sorry, just broke apart in the box. Okay, there we go. What do you see, Bucky?
I literally see a card of you.
Read the back.
Spend one day with Ludwig.
And it was at this point that I knew I had fucked up, because everyone's face was like, oh, wow. That is worse than the $1,000 industrial fan that doesn't work and sounds like you're going to die because a bolt was stuck inside of it, which was another gift that was at this shoot. Ludwig has done it again. It's a Spell Brigade incident of sort.
Thank God you took that from me.
Thank
God. Like, God, thank God.
I thought this was something that's like priceless, not something you would need to pay me to do.
And so right now I have formulated a plan. I was like, how do I save this? And I came up with the idea to now make the prize not just a day hanging out with me, but a day specifically hanging out with me February 28th at the One Piece night at the Lakers game, where I got front row seats where we're going to go and cosplay to get on the Jumbotron, which at this point I had not invited anyone to. I just bought the tickets knowing I wanted to do this. I did not buy the tickets with this shoot in mind. I bought them before this shoot even happened, before I was invited to it. I thought of this on the spot. It was not a plan at all in any way, shape, or form.
But that's a really high value item. That's a really high value. Why are you saying thank God I got such a really high value gift? That's something money can't
Do
buy.
I get to choose what we do?
No.
What?
You get to hang out with me February 28th at the Lakers game, where we are going for One Piece night.
Oh,
One Piece night.
Fun.
We have 4 front row tickets. You must cosplay. It is not optional.
Oh my God. Wait, that ended up.
Wait, that's fine.
And do you see the vibe shift? Saved. Is that not a clutch performance? I'm Luka-esque the way I save that. The deceleration. How do I come up with that on the spot, man? So I save it. All of a sudden, everyone's like, damn, that gift's kind of fire. That's kind of swag. It's kind of swag because the gift limit is supposed to be $1,000. Now I am technically offering what is like a $3,000 gift, excluding the value you might add of hanging out with me, which could be negative value. So maybe it does come out to $1,000. So that's part of the reason why it's cool. But still, whatever. Okay, that's, you know, it's still a cool gift.
Who's coming with us?
2 of my friends you don't know.
And when she asked me that, I said that as a way to mask, I don't fucking know, because I haven't invited anyone. You are the first person I invited. And I promise you, when I bought tickets to a Lakers game, I didn't think, oh, who am I going to the Lakers game with? Pokimane. That didn't happen. Not because I don't like Pokey. Just to clarify again, I like Pokimane. She's not a basketball head. It's not the person I would have thought of off top. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying I wouldn't have thought of her off top. So I had no fucking clue who was coming. I had no fucking clue at all. So who's the first person I think of when she presses me again?
Can you bring me a cute date?
Yeah, his name's Shake Drizzle. Why did you laugh back there?
Find me a reasonable date and you have a deal. Otherwise, I'm not pulling
Shake
up.
Drizzle's he's a great guy.
He's a great date.
He's a great guy.
I guess it's
I still lose it at me saying Shake Drizzle's a great guy or nice guy. Cutie chiming in to back up Shake, which makes sense. Cutie and Shake get along famously. But then Skara chiming in. Dude, I lose it. Skara, without hesitating, just tries to wingman. I don't even know why. I don't think they know each other, bro. I don't know why he did that. I love it, though. I love W Skara.
This is what I've got.
Yeah, good gift.
You know what? I think Jamie's been eyeing some of these gifts.
So anyway, that was the initial. That was the initial. It was supposed to be me and Pokimane and maybe Shake Drizzle and whoever else going to this Lakers game, One Piece night. Now, this video came out January 22nd. This video was shot before Christmas. So this video was literally shot, just to put in perspective, 3 months before the game was going to happen. And I bought the tickets more than 3 months before, like the literal week it was announced that they're doing One Piece night. I bought the tickets. So like a long time between this video shoot and the game was passing. And in that time, I had to figure out who was going to come with me to the game. And I had a few people in mind. I basically wanted people who I thought would like have a good time, who would be really down to cosplay, who would be like a cool experience for. All right. So like right around this time, Tarek had like moved to LA. I was like, yo, what if I go with Tarek? You know? So I was like, I asked Tarek if he wanted to go. He initially said yes, and then he was like, you know what? Actually, never mind. I forgot I'm going to be in Bangkok for VCT for the Valorant event. So I was like, all right, whatever. He's out, and then Squeaks kind of fell in my lap because Squeaks was like trying to come into town to do the Mario Party stream. Squeaks trying to come into town to do the Mario Party stream where we all play Mario Party through every single board. And so I was like, oh, well, we could 2 for 1. Like the exact time you could do it could be that weekend. So we got Squeaks who was down. Slight problem. Squeaks never watched One Piece in his life. So I asked Squeaks if he wanted to come, and he was like, what is One Piece? What character can I be? And I sent him a list of characters. Now, here's the issue. One Piece as a show, phenomenal. I love One Piece. The character design, I would call it a bit horny. And it's not exclusive to the women. Obviously, the women is like the main focal point of the horniness. Everyone knows like Nami and how her rack gets larger and less conceivably human every single arc. But also the men are quite horny as well. Okay, One Piece characters as a whole are horny. So when I sent him a list of One Piece characters, he instantly was like, dude, I'm not going to do any of these. Because he's going through, I'm like, you could be Luffy, who has his shirt wide open. Zoro, shirt wide open. Usopp, not even wearing a shirt. Straight up not even wearing a shirt. Right? You could be Brooke, who's a skeleton maybe. Frankie. Basically, like, none of the main cast works. The only person who's like, well, I could maybe do Sanji. Right? I could maybe do Sanji, but he wasn't digging the eyebrow. And so I think what he did is he literally went to a website like, let me see if I can find it. He went to a random website basically with a bunch of One Piece character art and scrolled until he saw a character that was kind of clothed and kind of normal looking. I'm pretty sure that's the process he did. Until he finally ended up on Kizaru. That's where it ended. He ended up on Kizaru, who's a very random character to cosplay. It's not a bad, it's like, honestly, it's kind of a cool character, right? If you're a One Piece head and someone's cosplaying Kizaru, you're like, oh, whoa, that's kind of a cool pick, you know? It's a little, but he's not picking it because of that. He doesn't know, like, the admirals in the Navy. He doesn't know that. He's just like, that dude's wearing a good amount of clothes and his shirt's not showing, and I could wear a yellow suit. That's fine. You know? It's not even like even like for casual One Piece fans, they won't recognize Kizaru. You know what I mean? Or know his name. Maybe they'll just know it's like the admiral guy. But like, you're entering, like, you got to be a little more, it's not casual territory. Wrong? I'm not wrong. One Piece has a flaw, and it is that their main cast only grows, and there's like 10 characters in just the main cast. A casual. So let's take that word, break it down for a minute. A casual is someone who like vaguely knows about One Piece, maybe watched it in high school, maybe watched a Netflix adaptation, maybe played a One Piece game, maybe watched some One Piece clips. A casual, did you even read it? Okay, yeah. So when you say the sentence, did you even read it? You don't even talk to casuals. I'm assuming you don't even talk to people in your day-to-day life. You're reading manga, bro. Like, what are we doing here? You're reading manga being like, what do you mean they didn't read the manga? The mangaka Oda is one of the best in the world. Oda Sensei's amazing. Like, dude, listen to yourself. Come to your senses for a moment. Anyway, I'll tell you a story a little bit later. We'll get there about how Squeaks wasn't as recognizable. But before we get there, I had to fill out the fourth spot. Now, initially, it was supposed to be Tarek. It was supposed to be me, Squeaks, Pokey, Tarek. All right, good crew. Tarek drops. And right around that time, I'm like at a Super Bowl party, I think. Right? So it's pretty late when Tarek drops. And I'm talking to Shake. I'm telling Shake, I'm like, oh, I think Tarek might drop. He's been having like a little cold feet. Or something like that. And I was like, maybe you could come. And he was like, who would I be? And I regret this. Because Shake still brings this up to me. I regret saying this. But he was outside. He was smoking a cigarette, maybe 7. He's Czech. It's very normal for him. I think he was doing small doses of methamphetamine, which he uses to edit quicker. And I'm looking at him, and I go, maybe Blackbeard. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I'm a man. I admit when I'm wrong. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. Because he, a man who doesn't watch One Piece, did what you would do if someone says you could do Blackbeard. Is he looked up what Blackbeard looks like. Blackbeard, the main villain. He's the okay, bit of a jackass move. He's the main villain in One Piece. A great villain, by the way. Really good. I think a really good character. A character who has a lot of depth to him. He looks like this. That's what he looks like. Do you want to know the first thing Shake said after looking up Blackbeard? He looked back at me. I still feel bad when I think about this. He looked back at me. He goes, dude, my teeth aren't even that bad. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. So when the opportunity for him to join happened, I was like, Shake, you're coming. All right. And not only are you coming, I want you to cosplay Luffy. The main character of One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy. I'm going to be king of the pirates. You are the hero. I had no plans of being Luffy. I was supposed to be Shanks because in the lead up to this basketball event, I had dyed my hair red. And I thought I was going to continue to have red hair. And I would just re-dye my hair red because I dyed it from the Rockathon, if you guys remember that. So I had red hair. I was like, oh, this is perfect for Shanks, who has red hair himself. I also have red hair. I'll do this cosplay. I'll nail it. Then I shave my head bald. And if you guys know anything about making cosplay, it is more like driving a semi-truck down a 30-degree gradient than it is driving a motorcycle in a park. Turning is very difficult. The amount of effort gone into making the Shanks cosplay would have to be scrapped completely to forego a different character who is bald or balding or whatever. So I stuck with the Shanks, and we just threw a wig on top. And it was actually, it kind of worked out because I'm Shanks, who is like, you know, he's Luffy's mentor, right? So I was like, yeah, this can work out in a way. Yeah, parental figure is a better term, not mentor. I forget the guardian. Maybe guardian's a better word. But anyway, I'm like, oh, if I got Luffy and I'm Shanks, that could work out. Not because I'm Shake's mentor, just because it would match the cosplays. And then Pokey was supposed to be Nami. Now, if you don't know Pokey in the lead up to the game, send me a message maybe like a couple weeks before. She's like, might not make it, by the way. I was like, what? She was like, might not make it, by the way. I was like, what do you mean you might not make it? She's like, well, I'm actually in France right now, and I might be in France during the game. I'll know for sure in like a little bit. But I might not make it. I was like, okay, Pokey, here's the issue. I'm initially I had tried to task other people with getting the cosplays. I was like, I got the tickets, you come with the cosplay. Turns out people don't have the resources to figure that out or the time or the energy. So I ended up just figuring out everyone's cosplays. I say my team helped. Shout out Liza, shout out Dan. So they helped me figure out all the cosplays for everybody. And we had basically had someone working on Pokey's Nami cosplay. And I'm like, Pokey, you know, it's fine if you don't come, but the issue is if you back out last second, if you back out like with, you know, a week left or 10 days left, whatever it is, I don't have enough time really to make another cosplay. Who am I going to find to fill another Nami cosplay? Right? That would, like, I think it would almost be rude to ask like a similar sized like woman who's a creator in the space to be like, yo, this was for Pokey, but can you wear it now and show up? Cause I just have it. Like that'd be kind of rude. So I went to the one ride or die who always got me if I need him. I go Stans. You're going to look breathtaking. I know you love basketball. Do you want to go to the Lakers game? Stans is genuinely my backup. Like, he genuinely would have gone if not for Pokey messaging me, letting me know that she was actually going to make it. She was actually going to make it. And not only was she going to make it to go to the Lakers game, she was also going to make it to meet Luka Dončić. Because you see, around the week of the game, the One Piece Night game, I started to get word from Kelby that, like, yo, maybe there's an opportunity to meet Luka before the game. And I was like, what? I was like, my first question, I'm not even, I was like, why? I was like, why? I wasn't like, oh, that's cool, let's do it. Like, how is it going to work? When is it? I was like, why are we meeting Luka? Not that I don't want to meet Luka. I think it'd be sick. But I was like, what business do I have meeting Luka Dončić? And Kelby was like, dude, first off, right, you are cool. It's not that big of an ask. You meet each other. Like, he was like giving me a pep talk. He was like, you are cool. You have value. People know you and like you. He was like telling me all this. And I was like, okay, all right, sure. All right. So sure. So we have this plan to meet. And our plan was to meet at 5:50. This is going to be very important. We're planning to meet Luka Dončić at 5:50. The game starts at 7. We have to meet him at 5:50. He recommended we show up at 5:30 to make sure we're there ahead of time. Okay, that works for me. Day of the game comes. All the cosplay has arrived. One slight issue. Pokey's cosplay, because it was done by a cosplay artist who very talented, who's in Vegas, drove from Vegas to LA to deliver this cosplay on time, right? Because it was kind of a rush order. So they drove from Vegas to LA to deliver this cosplay on time. And to also do some alterations for the cosplay, because sometimes cosplays don't fit. It's also a little bit harder, or more. There's more attention needed for, like, usually if you're doing like a female character versus like you are Shanks and you just throw on like baggy pants. You know what I'm saying? So she drives, makes us drive, and she hits a bit of traffic. So initially, she's supposed to be here at like 2:30 or 3. I'm like, Pokey, you should be here at 2:30 or 3 because that's when she'll be here. And then she hit some traffic, and now she's getting here closer to 4. And I'm like, okay, well, Pokey, you can get. I messaged her. I'm like, you actually can show up a bit later. You have to be here at 2:30. She's going to be here till 4 now. So you just show up at 4 now. I think she eventually shows up at like 4:10 maybe. And Pokey shows up not too long after, maybe 15 minutes after, like 4:25. There's a lot of traffic in LA, and it's a Friday. So they get here, and they instantly start getting to work, trying on the costume, right? They're like in the bathroom together trying it on, And at this point, I'm just kind of like walking around. We have an hour still. And they're like trying to like stitch it and like clip it and see where she's going to sew it down the line. And then I hear the cosplay artist she's like, do you want it to be like, and she's like kind of shy with her words. And Pokey's like, do you mean like booby? And she's like, yeah, we can make it booby. And it's like, yeah, well, it should be like true to the character. And she's like, well, the character is very booby. So they're doing all this. And I'm just changing into my Shanks cosplay, which is just like, bink, and I'm done. And they're doing that. And then she's doing the alterations, and me and Pokey are chatting. And while we're chatting, I'm messaging Squeaks. Because Squeaks, who's supposed to also be at the warehouse, we're all going to be at the warehouse and leave at the same time, is also nowhere to be seen. I pull up his stream. He's live at 4 o'clock. He's live at 4:15. He's live at 4:30. He's on a Jeopardy show with other people who went to UC schools with Leslie and Fan. And while we're all at the warehouse waiting for the game, he is live streaming. And so he gets an Uber, and I'm like, give me your ETA. And he shares me the Uber. And in real time, I see the estimated time of arrival go from like 5 o'clock to 5:40. Because there's such a block of traffic. And I'm like, oh, no. No, this can't happen. This can't happen. This can't happen. It can't happen. So I'm like, Squeaks, you got to reroute this Uber. You have to go directly to the game. We will meet you there with the cosplay. You will change at the game. He's like, okay, I'm down. Meanwhile, the alterations are being made on Pokey's Nami cosplay. And at this point, it's like 5 o'clock, and I'm just kind of pacing. Because there's nothing you can do at this point. You know, you need the costume. And I'm like thinking of solutions. I was like, okay, and it's funny how the brain works. You think of solutions that are so ridiculous that don't even like make sense. I'm like, okay, we get her an Uber. And we pay the Uber driver in cash. And she makes the costume in the Uber outside the game. No, then we get her a ticket. We get her a ticket to the game. She brings the sewing machine into the game. She stitches the costume at the game. Then she can watch the game after. And it's like, dude, none of this would work, obviously. She's using a sewing machine. She's not a fucking seamstress with a single thimble. And so I'm like, okay, like, look. We are where we are. Let the chips fall where they fall. We get there when we get there. Boys, I'm not lying when I tell you I showed up to that arena at 6:05 p.m. I'm not proud of this. I am not proud of this. We go from our 10-minute window, where we're supposed to be 20 minutes early to missing the window entirely. When we get there, and shout out, by the way, to everyone at the Lakers Association and on Luka's team, because they got us through security super efficiently and got us down to the court in like amazing time. They were very communicative and helpful to work with. We were the opposite. And by the time we're down on the court, or I guess I should say like right outside the court, Luka's going through his warm-ups. He's shooting his corner threes. He has coaching staff putting up their offhand, just going through the motions. And I'm like, it's GG. It is G fucking G. Until it's not. Luka's team's like talking in the back. They're working some stuff out. They're like, okay, here's the thing. Luka, when he does his sort of pregame rituals, kind of locked in, but there's an opportunity when he walks back through the tunnel to say hi to him real quick. So how about we go to the tunnel and wait there for him to walk out? I'm like, look, cool with me. I got zero qualms. I have no dog in this. At this point, I cannot complain about whatever happens. If we don't get to meet him and he thinks of my name as a slur, that is fair. So, we're sitting in the tunnel. and we're waiting for him. And I'm in my Shanks cosplay. Pokey's in her Nami cosplay. Shake Drizzle is in his Luffy cosplay. Squeaks is wearing street clothes holding a giant yellow suit. We have a bunch of bags filled with more of his cosplay stuff and some of his bags that he brought directly from like the UC Jeopardy show. And we're just sitting there, just waiting for Luka. And we're talking about it. And we're not just waiting for Luka because at this point I should mention, it's also Luka's birthday. And he's born February 28th. I didn't even say this. In between the time I bought the tickets and the game started, the Blockbuster trade happened. The trade I'm sure you've all heard about many times where Luka got traded from the Mavs to the Lakers. The value of the tickets skyrocketed because of it. Because not only now is this a one-piece night game, it's a game with Luka Dončić, one of his first games playing for the team, on his birthday. Right? Like all these variables have come into place to make this like one of the coolest games to go to. And so as a part of his birthday, we're supposed to do a jersey swap. And I'm like, okay, I'm asking so many questions because Kelby's like, you have to do a jersey swap with Luka. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, you're going to do a jersey swap. Like he has his jersey, you lift it up, you give him a jersey and you both lift it up and you take a picture with it. You've seen a jersey swap. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen the jersey swap where it's like Grady Dick and Anthony Black doing the jersey swap. All right. If you know what a jersey swap, it's this. This is Grady Dick. This is Anthony Black. They swap their jerseys around. What do you get? Black Dick. That's a jersey swap. The issue is that jersey swaps are generally for players with jerseys. I'm an athlete, it's true, but I don't get a jersey for kind of the sector I'm in. They don't have that Red Bull jersey for me. I don't know. It's probably coming in the mail or something. I don't have one. They didn't give me one yet. So I'm like, what do I get this dude? And he's like, oh, by the way, it's not just you doing the jersey swap. It's also Pokey and Shake. Or sorry, Pokey and Squeaks. So I had to get a jersey for me, Pokey, and Squeaks to swap with Luka Dončić. Who, by the way, is a 6'5" man who's like, 3XL, 4XL. If it's going to be something he can wear, it's like, so what do I do here? So tell me how I did. But I prepared a Shopify Rebellion Chinese New Year colorway 3XL printed Luka Dončić jersey. Looks very nice. Looks very nice. Not necessarily, maybe he throws it away right away, but it's like, ultimately, this is my team. I think it would be cool to give him something from my team. I think it makes sense. Here's the picture of it. I think it makes sense for me, right? It's what I should give. For Squeaks, I reached out to NRG, and you might know that famous clip of Luka Dončić talking to Moxie. And I got a NRG Shock 2018 Overwatch League jacket. That was like 3XL. That, was like from that era. Right? All right, pretty cool. And then finally, I got a chess.com varsity jacket with Luka Dončić printed on the back. In a large, admittedly, but it still looked very cool. I don't have a picture of that offhand, but it kind of looked like one of these. Because Luka Dončić also played chess. He plays chess. He's top 500 in Overwatch, or at least was top 500 in Overwatch. And then mine is just supposed to be, me giving him what is my jersey. So I'm like, I think we kind of nailed this. So we're holding all these jerseys. Luka comes out. We're in our cosplay. And as he's walking, he first goes to like his, I'm not sure if it's agent. I'm not sure the exact relationship. Agent, manager, whatever. His contact, right? The person we are communicating from Luka's team. So he's talking to the person on his team. And I hear them whispering, and she's like saying some stuff. She's like, and we're kind of looking at each other, and like I'm just like, okay, whatever happens here. And after that happens, he walks over to us. And he goes, I'm Luka, you're me. I'm Luka Dončić. And I go, hi, I'm Ludwig. And I shake his hand. And he goes down the line and he shakes everybody's hand. And there's a photographer and they're like, quick picture. He turns around, he goes, and they take the picture and he's out. I think the entire interaction was 20 seconds. We did not trade the jerseys. I forgot to say happy birthday. I don't think he knows who I am. I know I met him. There's a picture with me and him. I don't think he knows who I am. I think he might think I'm a Make-A-Wish kid. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. He might think I am just a cosplayer. He might think I was part of the One Piece show. I don't know. I don't think he watches anime. I don't know. There's a picture. I'm not going to post this picture anywhere. I will show you this picture. This picture is one of the funniest pictures I have ever been a part of. This is the picture captured of me, Squeaks, Shake, and Pokey meeting Luka for about 20 seconds. Oh, shit. That's the picture, bro. Let's just break this picture down a little bit, okay? So we got me and Luka. Now, you might have seen this because I posted this online. All right? Luka looks like he is in – you can see him in motion. He is literally leaned in. He's mid-stride. It is – Luka, quick picture? Yeah. He's in stride, ready to go. Okay? Me doing my best. Having a great time. Shake Drizzle doing his absolute best to besmirch Luffy's name. Squeaks, who is posing for a LinkedIn profile picture. And Pokey, who has no fucking clue what is going on. Because obviously at this point, I've set expectations that I'm like, hey guys, we're going to meet Luka. We're going to do these jersey swaps. But we didn't know if this would still happen because we missed our initial like appointment or slot. And so when he came and left, we all sort of like looked at each other. And I think the first thing Pokey said, or maybe I think Squeak says, he goes, is he coming back? I'm like, nah, dude, he ain't coming back. This is it. This is what we get. Okay. And this, to be fair, it's what we deserve. Okay. We couldn't be on time to meet Luka Dončić. We deserve this. We do not deserve anything more than that. It is what we deserve for being late. You have to understand, he is literally at work. I know it sounds weird, but ultimately he's at work less than an hour before the game starts, where he has to perform at his highest level against the Clippers, right? You can't expect him to like be like, yeah, what's up, guys? Let's freaking take some pictures. He's like locked in, bro, right? Like it's on his birthday. Yeah. We stood him up. You know, we missed our slot, and he started his warm-up ritual. And I think, you know, I assume when you're a pro player, you probably have a ritual that lasts anywhere from, I'm assuming like 15 minutes to an hour to like a whole day, where you try to go through the same motion every single game to be able to have the same level of consistency when you're on the court. We are close enough to game time. He's in ritual mode. Now, having said that, there's another picture of this interaction. And as uncomfortable as Luka looked in the picture with me, if you only saw this picture and didn't know the context of everything else, would think that we met Luka and it was actually an amazing time. I'll show you the picture and then I'll say the one problem that I have with this picture. It kind of looks like he's having a good time. Like, oh, he's meeting everybody. He met Pokey. He met Shake. He's shaking everyone's hands. I'm not in it. You can see me Mike Wazowskiing my jersey. This is the Shopify Rebellion jersey I'm holding. I ain't in it, bro. And that was the 30 seconds of my life meeting probably the most famous person I've ever met. So, by the way, if I'm ever late to a stream or something, just know I would do it to Luka Dončić. I would do it to my best friend Slime. I would do it to you. I'm at least consistent. I don't treat you differently than I would anybody else. You got to give me that. Hey, at least I treat you all pretty consistently. It's not like there's a level of clout or status you have to have that I change up who I am. I stay being me. Not a bad trait.
Hey boss,
well,
I'm not feeling
actually kind of
so
a horrible
well
trait.
today. I got a call out sick.
Dr. Battle, thank you for 52 months. You can call out. You can call out, baby. So anyway, that was meeting Luka, which I am, just to be clear, like 0%, obviously, 0% like bitter or like I'm just flattered to even have that picture. And I think the story is very funny. I feel very bad for our lack of punctuality. I tried to make sure we got everybody like, but you know, the cosplay added some complications and everybody was coming from different locations. So it didn't work out exactly as maybe I thought it would. And I still very much massively appreciate Luka and his team for even like trying to find some new window of time to meet when we absolutely didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like they even went through the effort of doing that tunnel thing, even though it's like kind of a funny story I'm saying here. They went through that effort for us, which they did not need to do by any stretch of the imagination. So I appreciate it very much. And then we still have our mission. Get on the Jumbotron. That is why I bought these tickets when I initially bought them literally 4 months before the game ever started. Get on the damn Jumbotron. So the game's about to start, and we get to our seats. The seats, by the way, they're insane. I've never sat so close in my life to like the action. Like I'm genuinely within 5 feet of LeBron James, which is a crazy thing to be. You shouldn't be within 5 feet of LeBron James unless you're, you know, I feel like another basketball player or a coach or something. I'm so close that I'm hearing things that I didn't know happened. So obviously you guys know, like, there's coaches on the team. Like JJ Redick is the coach. There's the bench. And like there's the players who are going to sub in. There's the players who aren't going to sub in. So, you know, like they got Dalton Connect. There's like Rui Hachimura was injured. He's sitting there. He's chilling. And but then there's another line of seats right behind that main bench that's like a little bit lowered. You don't really see them on the broadcast, of assistant coaches, assistant staff members, people who literally have like all of the access to VODs and replays, and they're yelling the entire time. I didn't know. I know coaches yell, but I didn't know all these assistant coaches yelled. So I'm going to give you a few examples. They would yell out like shot clock, right? There's a 24-second shot clock. When the shot clock runs to 0, the ball is turned over. So you have to shoot it before the clock goes to 0. They would count down every time. They would never miss one. They would never miss one ever. 5, 4, 3, 2. They would every single time they would yell it. They also had like game plans. For example, there was a player, I'm blanking on the name, on the Clippers, who was like an outside shooter and who would post up in the corner to take a 3. And they came to the conclusion that their strategy should be every time he's in the corner, push him, press him, get really close to him. He's going to like go around and try to drive to the basket. And then if we collapse on him, he'll turn the ball over. So every time he's in the corner, they would yell, push him, push him. And I would in real time watch the players listen, push him I would see that guy they push drive towards the basket and turn it over. It happened twice. Exactly what the assistant coaches wanted. And then they would turn, they'd be like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Just like we drew it up or whatever the fuck. Who was it? I couldn't tell you off. I think it was Bogdanovich. It was Bogdanovich. I think it was Bogdanovich. Who had a rough game. Bogdanovich did not have a great game, Bogdanovich. So I'm able to hear things like that, which I thought was cool. And then obviously see the game from a different perspective. And then we're chilling our cosplay. Before the game starts, or like maybe it's like right after the first quarter started, I wanted to go get like hot dogs. Like some beer and hot dogs, right? What you want at a basketball game. While I'm walking around the stadium with everybody, right? I'm with Pokey, I'm with Shake, I'm with Squeaks. While we're walking around in our cosplay, and just for some, if you guys don't know, if you guys didn't see the pictures, this is what we look like. This is what we look like. We are walking around looking like this. I think the cosplays look really good, by the way. But it is Squeaks as Kizaru, Pokey as Nami, me as Shanks, Shake as Luffy. We were walking around like this. Right? And people start coming up for pictures, which isn't that weird. I hear people like, I didn't think Pokey would get recognized. I forget how famous Pokey is. She's very famous. So I'm constantly hearing people walk up to Pokey, be like, hey, Pokey. And then, people I think recognize Pokey, and then see other people see pictures being taken of Pokey. So people start coming up to me. I'm like, whatever, that's cool. I'm happy to do that. But what I didn't expect, because I haven't done cosplay a lot, is people started coming up to me and everybody else to take pictures because of our characters. They were literally coming up to us to take pictures with Luffy and Shanks and Nami. It sounds weird. I've never worn cosplay out in public like that, so I never knew that would happen, is that you take pictures with a random person because they're wearing the outfit of a character you like. So that was happening. By the way, bro, living a day in the life of Pokey, that must suck. Because I'm like at one point taking pictures of her. This is a real story that happens. A guy walks by, old guy, must be 65 plus, balding head, big man. He goes, "Sheesh, you're gonna give an old man a heart attack." And I audibly just go, ew. Yuck. It's just the worst sentence you could hear. It happens to also have been somewhat coincidentally on video, because the guy next to me, who's like at a cool seat, is filming himself like this. And then that sentence happens. I go, ew, yuck. He goes, dude, I got that on camera. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I was filming myself. Look. And it's literally him going like, and then filming the guy. And then this is fucked up. Later on, a kid comes up to us and he says, "Can I get a picture with you four?" And his dad's behind. He's like, "Yeah, my son really likes the show. Do you guys mind taking a picture?" And we go, "Yeah, no worries." So we take the picture. We're at our seats at this point. So just imagine this, but a little kid is in the middle. That kid's dad, same guy. He's the same fucking guy. Is that not insane, bro? Is that not insane? So anyway, that's my nightmare. That's my nightmare. Day in the life of Pokey. That's tough. That shit is tough. But we did have some great interactions. Yeah, that's obviously an example of a bad interaction. We had some great ones. For example, there's this kid who runs up to us. And at this point, I still haven't fully wrapped my head around the fact that like people just like characters in cosplay. Because so many people have been like, hey, Ludwig, can I get a picture? Hey, Pokey, can I get a picture? Hey, Squeaks, can I get a picture? This kid comes up. He's like 9 years old. And the kid looks at me and then Pokey, and he goes, I know you. And my first thought is, that's a problem. I don't think you should. If it was my call, if I was your parent, I would say probably not this creator. Stick to a gesture.
Hyper's in the chat. We are back on board.
Sam Jam 43. Thank you for the 10 gifted, man. I appreciate that very much. He goes, I know you. And then he waits for a second. He goes, I think I go, do you know him? And I point at Squeaks, and he's like, yeah, I know him too. Squeaks hear this. He's like a little far away. He starts walking over. And then he points back at me. He goes, you're Shanks? You're Nami? And then Squeaks walks over, and he's like, you're Garp? And I'm like, okay, close. Pretty close. Low-key, that's pretty close. And then Squeaks, I don't think, picked up what happened. He goes, hey, so you watch the stream? Eastern Lion. And I'm like, bro, he's 9. Because Squeaks doesn't understand, because he doesn't watch One Piece, that a kid would just watch One Piece, because he doesn't know the show. I think he's forgetting what he's wearing. So we get recognized by the kid, which that was cool. There's a lot of good moments like that. But then finally, we see it. The thing that I'd been dying to see, right next to the Lakers bench, is a man standing there with a giant camera over his shoulder. And he's pointing it right at us. And lo and behold, not only did we get on the Jumbotron, we got on national TV. One Piece Game Night Collab. All fans in attendance tonight will receive a special Lakers and One Piece collaboration t-shirt and poster. And it is me, Pokey, Squeaks, and you might have noticed they cut out Shake. Dude, they cut out Shake. And then Shake goes nuclear, bro. Shake goes nuclear. You don't want to know what Shake replies? Ludwig, Pokemon, and Squeaks are at the Lakers game, the Sporting News. I will burn your headquarters to the ground. We're sorry. That's okay. I'm sorry for threatening arson. It's okay. It was warranted. Now, if you were curious, this is what the full screenshot looked like. So he was in the original picture. It was just a crop out angle. What are you guys looking at? Pokey the entire night was filming a TikTok. So she was like having us lean in for a 0.5 tick. She was doing a tick. I don't know if she ever posted the TikTok. I never looked. I'm not on TikTok enough to know. But she was doing a tick. Oh, yeah, here it is. Ow. I don't want to play the audio because it'll get copyrighted. Dun 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 dun. Pokey, please give Shake Drizzle a chance. Love me some Shake Drizz. All roads lead to Shake Drizzle. Damn, TikTok's on game. Shaky D, my goat. What the hell? TikTok loves Shaky D. Good to see. So anyway, that's what was filming. There's even more clips though. That's not where it ended. Let me take a look. I think Shake sent it to me. Ouchie. Why is that the loudest thing ever in my ears ever in my life ever? It hurt my ears so much and I didn't like it very much at all, even a little bit at all. No, what's that shit called? VLC player. Shit, it won't let me play it. Hold up, I got it down on the VLC. VLC player is the GOAT. It truly is the GOAT, eh? No, it's going to take 20 minutes to download. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to get the video. Wait, I can just do this, though, low-key. Yeah, this works. I can just play it through this. So here's the video on TV. You can see her having us come together for the TikTok. We were like the poster boy of One Piece Night. Now, I should say the reason we were the poster boy of One Piece Night is because nobody dressed up. Not one person. There was maybe 5 Luffy hats with red shirts. Not a single other character. Not one. Not one, bro. There were people who worked at the Lakers arena. The people who like do the announcement for like the halftime show games, right? If you ever go to a basketball game in person, they do like the half court challenge or you know, whatever the trivia challenge or you know, honoring this season ticket holder. The people who are doing the MC for that, it was like this man and the woman. They come up to us. They literally go, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, "Oh, it's One Piece." And then the guy goes, "Oh," and the girl goes, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, it's an anime. It's so well, so you know, like it's Japanese cartoons, I guess. And if you're gonna start, you should probably start with Death Note. One Piece is a little bit too long, like initially, but if you want to catch up, I would read it. Dandadan's really good, but it takes a little bit of getting over some of the tropes ultimately. And I think Full Metal Alchemist is a little overrated. That's just me, though. So I had to go through all this. But people really didn't know. Like, it was funny because it's One Piece night. I don't think anybody was there. Sorry, that's not true. The amount of people who were there for One Piece was so criminally small in comparison to what I thought it would have been. It really kind of just felt like people who were there for the Lakers, and there happened to be some One Piece. Now, some people are saying it's a shame. They did have something that was really cool. They did something really cool, which was the One Piece video animation. They had a really cool animation that they played. I'm going to play this version because I think it won't get me as copywritten. But literally on the Jumbotron, they play this video of Luffy at the court off the back. Which was lit. That shit was crazy. We back? We back? Oh, dude, why are my speakers blown to fuck hell? Holy miserable. My bad. I don't know why. Computer revamp. Are we back? What up? Hello? Sorry about that. Yeah, the NBA took me down. I didn't give you guys a view. This is what the seats looked like, by the way. This is what the seats looked like. This is literally POV. You're at our seats. Oh, I didn't realize this. Okay, I got a little drunk. One of the guys who worked there came up to us and he was like, dude, I watch all of you guys. Do you guys want any free drinks? And Pokey's like, you don't have to give us a free drink. And Squeaks is like, I'm good. I already have a drink. And Jake's like, nah, that's all right. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll take a Corona. And I asked for maybe 4 drinks, bro. I really did. I appreciate that guy very much. That guy's a homie. Thank you very much for serving up the drinks, my brother. I appreciate you deeply. Okay? Look, never refuse a free meal. That's rude of you? No, it's not. If somebody offers you a free meal, take advantage of it. I don't have this ego thing where I feel like I'm too good to say no. If they offer it, you take it. Okay? You don't know how many of those you get in this life. You don't know how many of those you get. Free is free. I'm happy to get one. So I got a little drunk and I got a little belligerent. So I started kind of chirping. I started yelling. Not at my team, of course. I wouldn't yell against a home crowd team. That'd be very dumb. But I was yelling at the Clippers. I was yelling at the Clipper constantly. I'm constantly yelling at the Clippers. Every time a free throw happens for the Clippers, I'm chirping. I'm yelling at them. I was cheering. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to freaking cheer. I'm also being very positive. Dalton Connect had a great game. I'm like, that's how you do it, Dalton. They can't trade away that. That's phenomenal gameplay. Austin Reeves, I kept calling him the coldest white boy in the West. Might not be the case anymore because Luka Dončić is in town, but I'll still give him the title. Every time Luka would score, I'd be like, that's my friend. We know each other. And then when the players would come back, they would high-five everybody, including all the assistant staff members. And so I was trying to... Rui Hachimura, my favorite player on the Lakers, was injured. He wasn't playing that night. So I would just see him on the bench, and I was like, Rui! And I understand I'm being annoying because I'm drunk. And after like the third time doing it, he looks over and goes, and I literally yelled, that's why we do it! But even though we got on the Jumbotron and Shake Drizzle got cut out of the picture, I think he also might have gotten cut out of the picture I posted on IG. He did have one of the greatest pictures of all time. Shake Drizzle staring down LeBron James. Look at the aura. He looked like he got eyeliner on, dude. Staring down LeBron James. He's a menace. You can see my hair. Mike Wazowski. Anyway, it was a good time. I'm glad I went. Yeah, I was going to say, just to put into perspective how few people there understood what One Piece Night was, there were a bunch of these shirts, the shirts that I'm wearing, that were just left because they were hung on every seat. So there's like 50,000 of these shirts that only will ever exist in this building and then spread around the world, presumably. They're just left on the seats. So much so that Saikuno just picked up like 3 or 4 of them. Like he just saw people leave them behind and he just picked them up. Okay? Now, for reference, if you go to eBay and you look up Lakers one-piece shirt, like people are selling these for pretty good money, bro. They're selling the authentic ones for pretty good money. Let me go to sold. Bro, look at this. Look at just this. This is just what sold. $189. $65 for just the poster. $169, $195, $45, $85, $175, $120, $170. These are being left in the seat. You could have had 5 of these, made back like $500 at least. At least. Just by selling them online for free. Which is mind-blowing. Is that what you did? No. In my section, I did not. There was none hanging around. And Yaki was there, which is cool. Dude, the coolest thing, oh my God, I want this so bad. I don't know if he got a Twitter. He might not. The guy who plays Luffy in the One Piece live action show on Netflix was in the building, and they like did some sort of shout out to him during the show. Yeah, he don't have a Twitter. He off Twitter. But dude, he posed with this Luffy statue of Luffy in the Lakers jersey dunking the ball. It was so cool, man. It was so cool. Let me see if I can find it. Dude, I forgot. I was drunk. I messaged him. Saw you at the Lakers game. Love your work. Fuck, dude. I'm embarrassing, man. I'm embarrassing, bro. Wait. Hold up. I'm getting a lot. Is this real? Hold up. Is this real?
Girl, I went to TwitchCon and everything. My favorite streamer, probably Valkyrie. I really like her. Obviously Kai is like booming. And Ludwig, I like him too. I mean, for me, it's entertaining. Like, just because you just don't know what's happened. It's scripted. Sometimes people's reactions are different. So definitely think it's a great form of entertainment, and it's like easy and accessible. You can watch on your phone. You can watch it live, which is very rare. Most stuff we watch is.
Is this an AI video, chat? Chat, is that AI?
Valkyrie. I
match the audio to the movement of the mouth.
really like her. Obviously Kai is like booming. And Ludwig, I like him too. I mean, for
She could be here right now. Okay, so the Oscars are currently happening. This is a red carpet interview at the Oscars. That's what these little statues are. If she's here right now, she's on her phone at the Oscars. She's just low-key on her phone at the Oscars. Wait, that's so cool. I'm blushing. Yeah, I'm blushing. What the heck? That's an American icon. That's a legend. She's 20? She has a career high ranking of world #2 in singles and #1 in doubles. I'm old as fuck. Why am I so old, bro? She's 20. She's 20 and number 2? What was I doing at 20? What was I doing at 20? I think I failed a grammar class in college. But in my defense, it was so hard, and it was pass fail. I'm not like trying to, no disrespect to Coco. If we did a life swap for a day, she's doing the grammar class, I'm in the tennis game. It was a really hard grammar class. It was really hard. If I'm in a tennis match, if I'm in a tennis match. I don't think, no, I'm kidding. I don't think I would last. I think, because I like to think sometimes, like, how long until you get noticed? So, like, imagine people don't know faces or something, and I take the place of a professional in any sport, but, like, let's imagine tennis for a moment. I take the place of a tennis player. How long until they know that I am a fraud? And I think it would be the moment I sit on the bench. It wouldn't be first serve. First serve is very generous. I wouldn't get that far. It would be when I sit on the bench and I'm just soaking in the sun and I'm like, and I'm like on my phone scrolling. And I don't know what to do with my racket. I wouldn't know what to do with my racket. I won't lie to you. I don't know what you're supposed to do with a friggin' racket. You'd be wearing the wrong clothes. What, they don't rock Crocs in shorts that have no business being worn in public? The one-piece Lakers shirt wouldn't fly. Really? Really? You'd be late to the match. Yeah, I guess that's when they would notice. But maybe that's the thing people do. Wait, that's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Wait, are you guys all secretly famous in here? Are you guys all secretly famous or athletes in here? What up? We are the same. It kind of makes sense that Coco watches a fellow athlete. That makes sense. That makes sense. Luka is probably in here somewhere. Yeah, he's probably... Luka watching the interview, he's like, why does she watch the Make-A-Wish kid? I don't get. He streams. He streams on Twitch. I don't. It's cool, I guess. Yeah. XQC watches, or Luka watches XQC. You know what? I actually tried. I genuinely tried. I reached out to Moxie. I was like, yo, Moxie, if you want to come to this game, I will do everything I can to make sure you are part of this meet and greet. But it didn't work for his schedule. But I thought that would have been what a full circle moment. How cool that would have been if they could have met. Hand drawn. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you very much for the 10 gifted. That's a lot of money.
That's the second confirmed Olympian who watches the stream.
Second confirmed Olympian who watches the stream. To be honest, if you're watching the stream and you're not an Olympian, you're kind of making the rest of us look bad, right? So pick a sport. I don't care what it is. Shot put, the one where they run in water, steeplechase. Pick it, whatever you want. You got to start getting involved because us sort of athletes, Olympians, like that's the vibe I'm trying to curate people that are like me. Athletes. Wait, that's actually so cool, though. That's so cool. We should watch it again, maybe, just in case you said something else.
Curious, do you watch YouTube or Twitch or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I'm a hardcore Twitch girl. I went to TwitchCon and everything. My favorite streamer probably Valkyrie. I really like her. Obviously Kai is like booming. And Ludwig, I like him too.
Top three! For me, I don't even like. I'm just happy to be top. I'm just happy to be mentioned. I'm just happy to be in the freaking conversation. I'm happy to be in freaking conversation. I feel like nobody, favorite would be crazy. Top 3 is enough. We shouldn't be picky about this, chat. It was obligatory chill. It was not. Don't take this away from me. I have so little right now. I have so little. Don't take this away from me, bro. It was not obligatory. Okay? It's not like when people win an Academy Award and they go, first off, I would like to thank the foreign press. It's not like when they do that because they don't actually freaking care about the foreign press. They just say it because it's a thing you're supposed to say. And then they get to thanking the people they're actually trying to thank. It's not like that. I'm not the foreign press of Twitch.tv. Ludwig? Dude, sometimes when I'm in the shower and I'm washing my hair out, I'll have like lint because my hair is like Velcro. It just attracts lint constantly. It sucks. And I was trying to, okay. Yep. When you guys are good, let me know. Wood here. Yep. When you're good, let me know. Let me know. I'll be here. What I was saying is that it never mind. I just get lint, okay? And when I dry it with a towel, this is what happens. I go, and I can't move it anymore because it's like Velcro and it sticks to all the individual towel curls. And so I just have to go. I can't go like this. It's not long enough yet. Should we watch it one more time? No, we're good. We're good. I'm being freaking silly. I'm being freaking silly. Should I be a jackass on Twitter? Yup. That's why they invented the website. Not for any real meaningful thoughts. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Crazy to think a fellow athlete watches. Sorry for the way that I am. I cannot help it. I cannot help it. I cannot help the way that I am. It is who I am as a man. Wait. When was this? I met Coco? I remember this. No, we don't. I met Coco at TwitchCon. This is so many years. This is the TwitchCon where the girl broke the thing on the Twitch Rivals thing, right? The TwitchCon thing. That's like the 3 years ago. This is the first COVID one, right? Adriana, yeah. That's this one, right? Or is it the foam pit? This is last year? This is 2022, right? No, this is before. This is 3 years ago. Wow. Oh my gosh. You look at her? Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait, you know what's the craziest part of all of this? She took a picture 3 years ago with me at TwitchCon. And she still watches. That's when you know she actually fucks with me. You're still watching after 3 years? That's crazy. Because she brought that up today. Personally, I think I have an 18-month shelf life. I think 18 months, reasonable. That's a reasonable amount of time to watch. I have a good catalog. I won't lie. I'm not trying to flex. I think I have a good catalog. You know, you get through the cheating videos. You hit maybe a Pokemon stride. There's the Amazon unboxings. Those are fun. Maybe the Bro v Bros. That's a good time. Some of the more outdoors videos. Yeah, those are good. 18 months, you probably get through it all. You're like, I'm good. So 3 years? That's crazy. She was the youngest person to qualify for World Finals the same month she posted that picture with you. To think. Her second biggest accomplishment. The same month. She had her biggest accomplishment. Impressive. Impressive. That's big. That is big. That's a big month. That's a month to remember. Dude, okay, chat, I need a crash course. I am being bad as a streamer. It is irresponsible for me to go another day on this earth not knowing enough about women's tennis. I won't lie, I swore off women's tennis. I've been a hater of women's tennis for years now. And I want to change it starting today. No. Why would you jump to sexism? It has nothing to do with sexism. The reason I hate women's tennis is because I got scammed out of $100,000 by Grayson Goss, who put it all on the line on a women's tennis match. And I thought I was going to be rich because the bet hit. And I was like, what a nice payday. $100K in my bank. This is so sick. And I realized he never made the bet. He actually took my money to spend it on some other shit. And I lost all that money. So that's the moment where I was like fuming. I was fuming. Because it was on this women's tennis match with this very big upset in the US Open, I think, or something. What was the bet? I don't even want to. There's a video. Look up Ludwig got scammed, and then scroll for like 20 to 30 seconds until you see the minus 100,000 one. That's the one. Well, that's cool. Shout out Coco. In chat, if you are a tennis head, catch me up to speed, real quick. I need a crash course. I need a crash course because I have to become the world's biggest Coco fan. But I can't be that because I don't even know how the damn sport works. I got to catch up. Ask Coco. I just feel like you shouldn't need... How do we reframe this for you? LeBron James shouldn't teach you what a double dribble is. You know what I mean? Max Verstappen probably shouldn't be the guy to show you where the clutch is on a car. It's overkill. All right, chat. Yeah, Magnus Carlsen shouldn't teach you how night moves. That's cool. Shout out Coco. Speaking of, the Oscars are on. I forgot about that. I got to end, chat, because I got to eat, and I have to do the yard in literally half an hour. So I have barely any time to eat. I have to go eat, so I'm going to go do that. Lame? Why? That was a fire story. No, wasn't that fun? Sorry the stream crashed, but I had fun. I'm going to raid somebody. Who am I going to raid? I'm going to... Let me raid Ray. Let me raid Ray, who's doing the Sisathon. I should raid Ray. Let me raid her. She is live right now. Chat, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry about the GeoGuessr thing. We'll find a new time to do that. I don't expect to be live tomorrow because I have a couple of meetings. My next stream will probably be Tuesday. It's number 3, rating number 1. We're going up the Coco tier list, okay? We're going to number 1 right now. All right, we're going to move up. I'm giving you what the best is. According to Coco, you got to respect that opinion. So, I'm going to raid Ray. Be nice, please. Thank you guys for watching today. My next one will probably be Tuesday. And And I should have a Bro v Bro with Shroud coming soon. I should have to reach out to him, actually. I've been a bit lazy about it. Not lazy. I've been busy. And that's it, man. That's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Ironmon video will be uploaded soon, too. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye now. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Peace. Goodbye.